Hi and welcome to Talk O'Clock. Happy Saturday. The week is done. The week is over. I'm tired. Two really unrelated things though. I'm ready for spring, guys. I mean, I don't mind winter and cold weather and all of that stuff, but I'm ready for spring. I'm ready for some sunshine and not only gray, windy, rainy weather. So yeah, that's the tired thing actually. I think the weather is really exhausting me this week, or it did. I'm pretty sure it was the weather. Because I was not the only one feeling that way, so I guess, yeah, looking outside, we need spring. But anyway, if you can't have spring right away outside, well, what to do? You go for spring-like colors and things in artwork. At least that's what I do. I kind of worked a little more on the fresh green spring kind of a color palette this week, I found, which is okay. I guess it's just a subconscious indicator that I'm definitely ready for the next season. But speaking about artwork, what I did this week, besides recording videos for Art Day and Beyond the Lines, I actually colored quite a bit for the 30-day the daily marker coloring challenge. I had started I started that in the last video? No, I don't think so. So I chose a new page in the Sherlock coloring book, and this is how far I got as of this recording, which is Friday afternoon. I haven't done the coloring for today yet though, so that will happen in the next vlog. yeah, so lots of artwork done. This was a couple of hours that you just saw little tiny bits and pieces and glimpses. Now, the photos of all of the progress are on Instagram in case you're curious. But yeah, I spent quite a couple of hours there coloring. I think, well, I felt that it would definitely help with my mood and with well, again, still processing things going on in my private life. So I just took a couple of hours more this week to just sit back and do something that definitely helps me with, well, my mental health and being balanced and all of that. So, yeah, I did a lot of coloring. I also did quite a lot of research this week for my ancestry project. I went into researching history and, well, just finding out, for example, how often a certain surname, that is, was existing in a certain area at a certain time. Totally, yeah. Let me be a little more specific. So I was looking for a certain surname. Actually, I looked for a couple of them, and I did the same research for all of them. But there is a tiny little village that at that time in the past, I had to figure out how many inhabitants it had, and then how likely it is that anybody bearing the same surname as the person I'm looking for would maybe be of a totally unrelated family. So it was a lot of math, a lot of probability, and it was also just trying to figure out, okay, how many inhabitants did that village or that town, that area have in that and that year or time period in the 1900s. So it also was trying to figure out how well, how different kinds of religions would maybe, well, be prominent or not so prominent in a certain area. So it was, I went down the religious research path this week, and I'm not even close to being done on that, but I got a chunk of information which yeah, well, it just all plays into the how probable is it that people that I found by accident while researching for my known ancestors and for my known family members, how likely is it that these couple of people that I found are actually related and belong to the family? So it's all about finding out how many Catholics were in a certain area, which was not predominantly Catholic at that time in the past. So trying to figure out when did certain religions when were they prominent in a certain area back in the day. So I've been watching a couple of videos actually by accident actually this week. A video was published of a lecture or a talk at the Jewish Community Center in San Francisco. They do have a wonderful YouTube channel where you can watch long conversations or talks about history and, well, Jewish culture, or just, well, politics and such. Very interesting. So this week, actually, there was one video that was published on YouTube on that channel that was by chance talking about the Hasidic culture in that time frame that I'm looking for in the area that I'm looking for. So it actually, by chance, I found it, I listened to it, and then like 10 minutes into the talk, I was like, "Ooh, hold on, let me get a notepad." Because now I just do not only have to listen and find out things and just learn things, but it's like, oh, I have to note down, I have to look at the maps that they are presenting, because they show the old Hasidic culture in that area, how it moved and such in the late 1900s. And it also had information, then reverse engineering, almost reverse researching how other religions were prominent and how many people of that religion were there, which I then could combine with the names. And yeah, so that's what I started doing. Again, I'm not even close to being done, but I got, quite a chunk of just information, historic information, put together so that I have a kind of like a frame for what I can check my research again with, just probability, likelihood of, okay, is that person likely to be family or totally unlikely to be family, very sure to be family, blah, 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 all of that. So I didn't find any specific people this week. I didn't add anybody to the family tree, but I'm looking there. I have that many cards with names that are possible to be related, and that actually I found because they immigrated to the States. So in case, and this is, I can't say yet if it is very likely or just probable that they're very distant, or that it is part of my very, very, very early ancestors that branched out like next to my branch of the family tree. I don't know that yet, if it's super likely or just probable, but if it is super likely and then maybe even confirmed, that would mean that I do have a branch of my family in the States, which I never knew. There was no indication so far that any of my ancestors did actually immigrate to the States, and I do have a couple of names there. So yeah, that was something that I worked on, for example, while the last Gamers Coach was uploading. So I'm using those hours that I have to spend to upload things to actually, then research for an hour or two, read up on articles and books and just history, pretty much. So got a lot of knowledge in my brain this week. I had said it in the last vlog that I was apartment shopping, and yay, I signed the lease this week, so I'm moving very soon-ish. I'm hoping end of February. There's a couple of things that I have to take care of first, like getting the place repainted, because I just want to have white walls and such. I have to contact the internet companies and say, get everything to be up and running, because by the day that I move in, I have to be able to be online. I don't want to wait for the companies to activate lines. They did take 8 weeks when we moved here, so I cannot, not even close, I cannot be offline for 8 weeks. And since this is my main way of communicating, yeah, I definitely have to be able to communicate. So the service has to be running and such. So I have to take care of that. Also have to do some furniture shopping. I did already look at a couple of things, but I think I'm gonna get the keys next week sometime, late next week, I guess. And then I have to do some measuring, and then I can order stuff. So yeah, it's getting somewhere. I'm having progress, which took actually quite a lot of time this week. It's just an appointment here and then an appointment there. So I didn't really do, aside from board gaming, of course, I didn't really do anything else. I mean, yes, a lot of hours were spent on the coloring challenge, but yeah, that I didn't really, like I said, I didn't really spend any time on any other major interesting things. So it was quote unquote just doing art, spending a lot of hours. I would say the majority of my hours in the day on artwork. Coming in second would be the moving kind of stuff. Coming in third is ancestry. And fourth would be board games. And then it's just, yeah, little housework here, little things there. So, yeah, that was pretty much it. I think I was quite productive. Not necessarily up to my A game, but I'm definitely a B minus there. So I'm getting somewhere. Things are moving forward, and that sounds kind of weird, but it is actually true. Though I don't want to do the things that I have to do because I don't want to be in this situation. I don't want to move out. It's not my place. It's not my choice. So I'm kind of forced, and I hate it passionately. But at least the going through the motions, it worked. So it's the whole concept is a pain in the butt, like big time, but at least things did work out this week in the small steps in a way that it didn't bother me. It was okay, I have to do the thing and it works like first try. It's not this on top thing of you have to try again and again and again and again and again, and you don't want to do the thing but you have to, and you're forced, and all of that negative feeling. That didn't happen this week, and I'm so glad that it did not, because I didn't like it last week. It did put me down quite a bit. But this week, it was different. Thank God. So, all in all, I'd say it's been not a great week. It's been a good week. It's been a productive week. It's been not a lot of windmills to run up against, So yeah. Moving forward, though, there's a new week coming, and I'm going to have a lot of shit to do. But one thing that will start the week off that I'm actually looking forward to is recording Gamers Couch for Sunday. So this week, the game that we're going to talk about is Mr. Jack. It's a 2-player game, and we've got opinions about it. I'm going to share this game with you, and if you're looking for a 2-player game, this might be something for you. If you like, you can also check up on Twitter or Facebook or Board Game Geek. The links are all in the description box below. You can check out, I will publish a post on any of these platforms whenever the video goes live on Vimeo. It will probably be something like midnight Saturday. that I'm going to publish on Vimeo. I hope that everything will work out, that I can publish then. It will at least be earlier, available earlier than on YouTube. And you will probably then know when I'm gonna go to bed, because pretty much the last thing in the studio before I turn off the lights Saturday night or Sunday very early in the morning, I don't know, 1 p.m., 2 p.m., I don't know when it's gonna be exactly, but it will be before 2 p.m. on Sunday. And I lost my voice there. Woo! So yeah, take care, have a wonderful week. If you see this video on YouTube, I would encourage you to move over to Vimeo, because this is where the channel goes. Currently, by the way, the date in my head that I'm cutting off any of the old format videos on YouTube is the 1st of April. By then I will have moved my channel. That's the date that's in my head right now, and I will let you know about any details and things and such, what's gonna happen on YouTube then, if anything will happen on YouTube then, which it will very likely, just not in the way that you're well familiar with. But yeah, I do have the 1st of April in mind, so move on over if you want to see the regular videos in the future. So take care, happy weekend, guys. Maybe you got time to do some artwork or color, draw maybe, or paint. Or the other really great thing is, well, of course, playing board games. If you have time for any of that, that would be great. And if you want to let me know about what you play or what you art, well, the social media is yours. You can tag me on any of the named below social media sites, and I will take a look and very likely talk to you there, because that's what I do. So take care, have fun, happy weekend, and I'm gonna see you next week. Bye.